I'm a floral girly through and through, always has been. I find them to be some of the most alluring, sexy, voluptuous, womanly fragrances out there, and I can't get enough of them. Yes, I flirt with the vanillas, the lactonics, the gourmand, and the fruity fragrances that are out there. But I am of the belief that every woman deserves one, maybe more floral fragrance in her wardrobe when she wants to lean into that feminine aura. In today's video, I'm going to take you through 10 affordable Arabian florals that I've been sampling down, some great, some mid, some trash AF, that I want to share with you, just in case you want to add a beautiful floral to your collection, because you deserve it like I deserve it, because florals are a vibe, and don't let anybody tell you otherwise.
Time for ya. If it's real, we can build, hold it down for ya. I can tell with something I gon' get what's meant for.
Hi, I'm Jeanique, and I testify that my favorite fragrance family are florals. Soft florals, heavy florals, warm florals, classic. It doesn't matter. If it's a flower, I want to get into it hard. I do not discriminate. No, I have a whole floral playlist on this channel. That's how much I love them, y'all. I will link it above. Now, in today's video, we're talking the affordable ones, the Arabian ones, the dupe ones that are out here that allow us to get into these floral fragrances on the cheap. And I want to act as your guide, so use me as I explore some florals that I've been testing now that I think are worth talking about. So if you love a perfuming conversation and you think I'm a vibe, go ahead and subscribe. I'm right here. I would love if you did so. But if you've already subscribed, thank you so much. Why are you awesome? Why are you amazing? You're incredible. Now, I will always link what I find on Amazon, these fragrances, down in the description if it is helpful, so do what you want with that information. So without further ado, let's get into these Arabian florals, y'all, because they rocked me hard. We got categories, y'all, because my videos always have categories. There's obviously one MVP, which I'll save till the end. The other three categories: 1, power petals, the florals that smell like florals in a way that we expect them to smell. 2, florals with a little bit of a twist. And 3, the florals that are giving fresher, lighter, cleaner energy for the ones that don't want that heavy floral energy. Starting off with the most obvious, the power petals of the bunch, the ones giving those classic bouquet vibes that I think we're looking for if we want a more standard floral in our collection. Let's get into that one. So now we're in the power petals. I'm going to start off with the heaviest, the lightest of the bunch, the more vintage, classic, to the softer, sweeter of the three. I'm going to start off with Fragrance World's White as Tuberose. There's a dupe of a Guerlain's Outre Blanc, because we know that the Fragrance World fragrances be duping stuff always. Now, this smells like a very classic bouquet, just bigger, punchier, and louder. It is like something from the 1980s. You want to be wearing shoulder pads and be giving water when you're wearing this floral. It's white florals. We got yellow. We got a moderate rose. We got purple florals like iris, giving a little bit of powderiness. And in the base, we have milk. We have some musk. And we have a little bit of maybe amber. I know there's some sandalwood in here as well. Now, this is just a bouquet floral. It's classic. It is a professional work fragrance that feels big and assertive and very self-assured. It feels a little bit vintage, a little bit throwback, because it has all of these heavy florals playing together. Now, the original fragrance itself, I think, plays together well. There's a sharpness to the Fragrance World version, which I think will make this not quite for everybody. You gotta know you love those vintage vibes where the round edges have not been smoothed out. It's very sharp. It is very much in your face, but it does last and it does smell very flowery. And I do enjoy this one. The next one I want to talk about is from Ard Al Zaafaran. It is Fidaetak Ya Roohi. Now, this is a very classic take on florals. Just make it rounder, fuller, and a little bit sweeter. The honey in this fragrance is thick. There is a creaminess, a sweetness, a roundness to this fragrance that comes together in a way that feels a little bit cozy. But because the white florals are so assertive, you can't miss what this is. It is very much an indolic, heavy orange blossom, tuberose kind of smell, married with jasmine that offers some freshness and greenness to this fragrance to balance everything out. This conjured in my mind a work fragrance kind of energy, an everyday kind of work fragrance, just slightly more approachable. I think this is a good entry level into a classic floral fragrance because we have some gourmand elements, some fruity elements to soften the edges just a little bit. I think this is a successful fragrance if you're looking for an everyday floral kind of vibe. And I think this is well done. It lasts long and I very much enjoyed it. The last fragrance I want to talk about, and my favorite one in this category, is from Lattafa. It's called Mazaji. It is a dupe of Le Parfum Royal. No, I haven't tried that fragrance. I've a few Elisabs, but not that one. It has a cute little bottle. I'm into that. Now, this fragrance makes me want to explore the original. And I think that's what you want out of a lot of these exploratory, affordable fragrances, because you don't want to spring for the more expensive version if you do not have to. Now, this fragrance feels the most romantic. It is thick, it is creamy, it is lovely. There's a lot of vanilla in this fragrance that makes it feel more modern in the kind of floral energy that it is giving. We have a lot of orange blossom and tuberose in this one that invites you to enjoy that white floral energy that this fragrance is giving. I think this is the date night fragrance of the bunch. It is very full, it is voluptuous, it is assertive, it is sexy, and I think this one is done really well, and it makes me want to explore the Elisab version, because if this one's so good, what about that one? Now let's get into the next category, which is the pretty girl fragrances, but with a little bit of a twist. And some of these have more of a twist than others. Let's talk about it. Now, I want to start off with Vintage Castle, because this is not the classic feminine fragrance that you might expect. Now, this one, I did not know what I expected, but I saw the bottle and I wanted to explore it because I love those like bottles that look like buildings, because so pretty, right? Now, Vintage Castle, I said, is more masculine than anything else. Now, this is woody at the base. You have some iris offering a little bit of powderiness. There is some marshmallow in here. There is some sweetness. There is a lot of animalic energy in this fragrance, and there is a heavy, sharp patchouli putting in work in this fragrance. Now, so you need to love a greener scent with a decent amount of woodiness and some sweetness to top everything off, with just a slight bit of powderiness to soften the edges of this fragrance. I think if you want to give dom energy, bad gal energy, I think this helps you do that, because it doesn't read too girly, too sweet, too floral. It's just a light dusting of florals over top to make everything feel a little bit softer. Very much enjoyed trying this one. I wouldn't say it is a fragrance for me personally, because I would have to layer this to get the real use out of it, because when do I want to smell like animals and woods and patchouli? Almost never. But I did enjoy testing this one out, and it's one I would gift because I think it is a sexy fragrance, just not on my body, basically. So let's talk about Carrelage Proposal, the first one in this category that I'd say I'd pick up if, you know, the price was right. I did not love the other fragrance in this line, the Proposal Special Occasion No. I explored that fragrance in my Arabian fruity fragrance video, and it was underwhelming at best. This one is so much better. Now, this is white florals meets orris. So it's tuberose, it's orange blossom. They feel big, they feel heavy, they feel full. I love that. They don't shy away from being white florals at all. They have a little bit of orris, which is like an earthier iris, to help soften everything even more. We have some blackcurrant for sweetness. There is a really lovely creamy vanilla. Date night fragrance is right. Like, that is the vibe. It feels romantic, but like, we together 3 to 6 months. We know each other, but not really. We together, but not really kind of energy. Like, I'm still trying to impress you, but like, I'm slightly more comfortable. That is the kind of vibe of this fragrance, where it feels approachable. It doesn't try too hard. The edges aren't sharp or too sexy or too like intoxicating. There's a softness and a prettiness about this fragrance. It feels like a pretty girl fragrance for the girl next door. That's what this fragrance is giving. Very much enjoyed this one, and I thought this was beautiful, and I was very impressed because the other fragrances in this line were not impressive at all. Have you subscribed? Because I know you want to. You haven't yet, but I'm reminding you because I'm a giver. You're welcome. Now let's get back to the video. Last up in this category is Ard Al Zaafaran's Barez, whatever it's called. It'll be on the screen. I really enjoyed this one. Now, they bamboozled me just a little bit because they said, this is a dupe of Armani My Way. Now, do I need a dupe of Armani My Way? No, I don't. I have the original fragrance. I love her. She's great. She's a great everyday floral fragrance that gave girl next door meets professional. Like, it is a kind of fragrance you can wear every day and make it your signature scent, and it won't be off-putting to anybody. It plays really, really well. I love me some My Way. And this fragrance promised to give us that, but it didn't, not really. It's a lot sharper. It is a more assertive. The sweetness is a little bit heavier. The white florals are a lot more assertive and classic in what they're giving. It feels like My Way's bad girl sister. Like, it feels like it's like she's in the family. She's a cousin, second removed. She is similar to My Way in a lot of the composition of this fragrance, but the vibe of it is definitely not the same. It is a lot pushier, more assertive. It's a lot bolder. So if you thought My Way was good, but it's a little bit boring, here is one that is giving that, only more assertive, a little bit more exciting. I very much enjoyed this one. I think of these three, this is the most full bottle worthy of this set of fragrances. Not because I think I need another My Way in my collection, because I don't, obviously. But I do think they take some risks with this one in a way that I really do appreciate and enjoy. I thought it was very well done. The longevity was solid on this one. And I like the DNA on the base of it, that tuberose heavy My Way DNA with that pear, that sweetness, that beauty, that vanilla, but make it slightly edgier, make it slightly darker, make it slightly woodier. I appreciated those choices and I enjoyed this one a lot. Now let's get into what I'm going to call soft serve florals. Now, these are florals I'd recommend to somebody who want an entry-level floral. They like them, they don't love them, they want to explore things. Let's talk about it, basically. I'm going to start off with Afnan Supremacy Pink. Now, this is a dupe of Rose's Musk by Montage Shut the Door. Shut the door, y'all. I got into this hard. Because the texture is light. It's airy. It's floating on top of you. The rose is a younger rose, but not a baby, right? And we get some of those musky rose smells, but nothing that feels too vintage or old school. It just feels real pretty, you know? There is a greenness to this fragrance, but not like patchouli green or cut grass green, but there is a fresh tea-like greenness, I would say, that comes through in this fragrance that makes it feel very summery and light and outdoors. Hit that summer breeze for me, y'all, white, like travels through the wind. This was so pretty. It's lightly sweet. There is a watery pear. There is some citrus in here coming together that makes this feel very fresh and new and light and the opposite of try hard. This is the ultimate, like, fresher floral summer fragrance. There's no weight or heaviness to this fragrance. It just plays on the body, just really light and pretty. Supremacy Pink, y'all. Like, I loved this one so very much. I think it's really well done. If you want a lighter floral fragrance that takes on a whole bunch of freshness, some sweetness from some fruit without laying too heavy on the skin, too heady, too indolic, too over the top, too creamy, too floral, basically. This is dewy pear floral goodness with a light rose. Wonderful fragrance that I just really enjoyed exploring. Full bottle worthy, absolutely. Smash, pass. I'm smashing this one hard. Next, I want to talk about Fidaetak by Ard Al Zaafaran, right? I talked about one of the fragrances, one of its flankers, Fidaetak Ya Roohi, which is more romantic and robust and fuller with the saffron and the honey, and it's thick and it's beautiful and it's lovely. This one is the more like office version of that date night fragrance. This one is fresher. The jasmine, the lily of the valley comes through more. There is a cleaner rose scent. The honey is still here. It's not as thick. It is not as sticky. It's not as heavy. The musk comes through more. It is lighter on the skin. This is a good everyday classic, lighter classic floral fragrance that plays nice. It doesn't take any crazy chances. There's a cleanness, a freshness, a spa-likeness to this fragrance. Now, I do think the last one, Supremacy Pink, is so much more exciting in that it gives us more to play with in the greenness and some of those floral elements that come through, like the rose, a little bit more assertively. This one reins everything in favor of a light floral freshness that would be good for a place that is enclosed, right? So I think this is a really nice one. Depending on the price, I think this might be a good deal. If you just want something very light and easy going for every day for the office, and you don't want to overthink it, and you don't want to make any bold statements with your fragrance, I think this one hits the mark very, very well, and I enjoyed exploring this one. I do prefer the flanker that is giving more heaviness and body and creaminess, but I did appreciate this one as well because I do have fragrances in my collection that read this way and that are good for every day, and this one was a lovely one. I feel so obvious, y'all. And it's from Lattafa and it's called Awaan. Now, Lattafa already has a dupe of L'Entrée by Givenchy, and it's called FLORALS. I have that fragrance. It is a fire, and it comes so very close to the original. I can't even tell you. I love that fragrance. Awaan simplifies that, right? It takes some of the elements of L'Entrée and just sort of reins it in if you didn't want to push that hard. Like I mentioned in my Bad and Bougie video where I featured L'Entrée Rouge as one of my fragrances for the month of May because I was trying to give Bad and Bougie basically. Givenchy fragrances tend to be a little bit more mature. The rose tends to be a little bit heavier. The white florals a little bit more indolic and heady. They don't shy away from those heavier notes and all of the things. They tend to have more fruit. There's a lot going on. There's amber in there. It can be a lot for some people, and it can read just a little bit mature if that is not the vibe you're trying to give. And sure enough, FLORALS does all of those things because it comes pretty close to the original, right? Right. Awaan strips it back. We get the citrus notes. We just get a little bit of orange blossom, a little bit of jasmine, no rose. We have a little bit of sandalwood and musk in the base. The amber is reined all the way in. It is a stripped back, everyday, simpler version of L'Entrée and FLORALS. So if FLORALS feels like your mom or L'Entrée feels like your mom, this is the 19-year-old's version where you get a fresher, lighter version of a sort of classic combination. I think it works well. Do I need it? No, because I do love the extra as fuck version of the fragrance. I want it every time. I want the over-the-top version every time. And so I wouldn't need this personally, but I'd recommend it. If you smelled L'Entrée and you thought, I like it, but it's a little bit extra or a little bit over the top, or which was a little bit lighter, this is a lighter version of that fragrance. What is great though is that the longevity on that fragrance is very, very good. I got like 6 hours wearing it. It was lovely. I smelled good. I smelled real good. But when I compare it to the fragrance I could have been wearing, the heavier, bigger version of that one, I wanted the bigger version. So just putting that out there. If you love L'Entrée and you just thought it's just a little bit too heavy for me, because sometimes that's the case, then Awaan by Lattafa reins in a lot of the heavier elements of that fragrance and does it in a way that is very skillful. And I very much enjoy that one. But of these three, it's Supremacy Pink, baby. It is so lovely. It is so wonderful. We're finally at the MVP fragrance of the bunch, my favorite. There are a few fragrances that were challenging this one for the #1 spot, but it definitely was my favorite personally as a floral lover because it does florals in a way that I think is very successful. Now, I haven't ever been a Chanel girly, right? I have a few fragrances that I play with that I enjoy, but as a brand and their sort of way of doing fragrances has never gripped me in a way that like, I just need to have these fragrances ASAP. This one, however, grabbed me, and it is a dupe of Chanel Gabrielle Essence. Y'all, this is so pretty. This feels like being in love on vacation. That is the vibe. And it is from Rehab, and it's called Allure of Love. That name, absolutely apt, given the sort of energy and beauty of this fragrance. It is white floral through and through. It's orange blossom, it's tuberose. It's not too heavy though, but they assert themselves and you know it's a white floral fragrance. There are so many fruits in here. There's tropical fruit. There is peach in this one. There is some bergamot. We have a lot of freshness, sweetness, fruitiness that is paired together with those florals in a beautiful, beautiful way. There is a creamy ass coconut, y'all, that I think is why you get that vacation vibe from this fragrance. And they all come together in a way that feels romantic, but mature, like a mature romance. This is what it conjured in my mind. Go with me. Just go with me here. It's like you're on vacation in the tropics in a villa by the beach and you're in bed with your person and you're in crisp white sheets just giggling and laughing. And this is somebody you've been together with like 10 years. There's like this connection and knowing and familiarity. And there is this sort of strength and robustness to y'all, right? Like it feels familiar, but it still feels playful. That is what this fragrance gave me. It feels familiar, but it still feels playful. It feels assertive and self-assured and full, but all of these tropical fruits and the peach and the coconut are coming together to make it feel like the vacation version of your grown-up self that's in love. I really enjoyed this. So you want to smell coconutty and tropical, but floral and womanly and classic. You want to smell like yourself, like you do every day in all of the florals, but a vacation version, an in-love romantic vacation version. Like that is the vibe. I may be over speaking, y'all, but I loved this one so very much. I was so impressed because I did not expect it. It was literally the last fragrance I wore out of all of this set. It's the last one I got to. And when I got to it, I was like, stop. This was not what I expected. Now I need to go out and try the Chanel version of Gabrielle Essence, because if the dupe is getting it this good, what is Chanel doing? Because if I need to cop it, I need to cop it ASAP. Because I want to be in love on a vacation too. I want to be in love on a beach. I want to be in love under a canopy wearing this particular fragrance in a white flowy dress. I've already pictured it. And I need it to happen. I'll make it happen, y'all. Speaking of, I'm gonna come out with a video for vacation vibes, vacation bay vibes in the next couple weeks, because we all need to talk about those tropical fruits that we want to be wearing on our bodies when it gets hot. The pineapple of it all. We need to talk about it. But in the meantime, between time, a floral, coconutty, tropical version of all of that, Allure has Allure of Love. If this is cheap enough, and I'm gonna check Amazon, I'll link it. I'm gonna check it out. If it costs less than $50, I'm getting it. It smells good. It smells good. But I'm also going to try to sample the Chanel version because sometimes they go left. Like I told you with the My Way dupe, Barez, not a My Way dupe. My Way's tricky little sister, sneak out all the time. Not the same if you're looking for My Way, right? So I don't know how close this comes, but if it comes close enough to the Chanel version, I'm gonna need to explore that shit ASAP. I also looked it up on Fragrance. I got to see what people were saying, and it has like a 4.4 rating. Like people are unanimous in the beauty of it all. The original I'm talking about, and I'm like, really? It's that good? Because people be hating on Chanel for all kinds of good reasons, basically. But they love this fragrance, Gabrielle Essence. So if you've tried Gabrielle Essence, you have it, you've worn it, you love it, tell me about it in the comment section. Is it that good? Should I blind buy it? Do I need to test it first? If you and I know I love florals like that and I'm a tuberose whore, basically, is this me? Is Gabrielle Essence me? Let me know in the comment section because I want to have some answers to that question because I'm really excited about this fragrance. It's so good, y'all. So that was all 10 fragrances that I tested from the Middle Eastern perfumey world, giving all kinds of beautiful floral energy. Some were hardcore winners, Allure of Love, Supremacy Pink, Hello, and some were not quite for me, but I gifted Vintage Castle, and others were versions of things I already have but not done in the way that I prefer. Looking at you, Awaan. So I was excited, happy to explore all these fragrances, and I feel like this was a win for me because the more florals, the better, because I get to wear them down, explore, enjoy, and I did this time around. And I hope you found some stuff here that you want to explore yourself, that you are curious about. I gave you some answers to questions you've been pondering on. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead, please, and like the video, comment below. I would appreciate it. If you've already subscribed, and please subscribe. If you've already subscribed, thank you so much. Why are you so amazing? Why are you so awesome? I really do appreciate it. Check out my floral heavy playlist if you want to explore more florals because I've been doing so for a while now. Again, I'm Jeanique, a connoisseur of these florals, y'all, because I'm gonna tap into my feminine energy on my best day and on my worst, and I'm going to bring you the tea on all of the floral goodness that I've been trying, wearing, owning, so that you can have the information yourself. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, y'all.